Hey, welcome back to Autistically Inclined, where today I'm going to read a few of the questions that you guys have sent to me over Instagram. So, let's jump right in. Okay, question 1. Most awkward encounter with someone after disclosing your disabilities? I mean, there are many. Let me see if I can think of one. Okay. Yes, I have one. All right. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember this story. It was in first year, so it was a while back. I was out walking with a friend, and we bumped into two other classmates, and I made a joke about my disability, and one of the guys turned and was like, "What do you mean, like your disability?" I was on foot. I should mention I wasn't in my chair, and I said, "Oh, well, you know how we have a girl in our year who's in a wheelchair." And I expected him to get it after I said that, and he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm her. We're one and the same." And then he just got very accusatory after that and was like, "What do you mean? Like, how are you walking?" And blah, blah. It was great. It was a great time. Felt deeply respected as a human being, as a disabled person. Good times. Good times. Question 2. How do you cope with wanting to stim but feeling like it's not acceptable, and why is that a standard? I won't talk about this too much because I will be making a video on this shortly. But in terms of stimming, I don't really stim. Stimming, for those of you that don't know, are repetitive, often self-soothing movements. A lot of it is flapping. I flap when I'm excited and I'm at home. But other than that, you will never see me flap. I rock, but rocking is way more accepted than flapping. So I don't stim really in public. I I don't stim unless I'm alone in my room, even though my family's completely fine with it and we all stim. I don't. I think part of it is I grew up watching people around me react to people that I loved stimming, and the looks and whispers and just really crappy attitudes around it that I never really started in the first place truly. So that never became a thing that I felt like was constant for me. It's like once in a while I'll allow myself as like a little treat. And it does help me a lot, but it's just not something that's in my day-to-day as much, aside from like the rocking, which I will do a fair amount. Again, mostly privately, but I will do it when I don't realize, like in public. So yeah. All right. Next question is, what are your tell signs that you're overextended? I like this question. All of these questions are great. My tell sign, I don't necessarily know if I have one. I realized last year I had a bit of a breakthrough and realized how much I tend to overextend myself and tend to fake so much of social activities and social interactions to the point where I break and I cannot do it because it's not sustainable and it is exhausting. For me, I think my mom used to always say, whenever she would send me to camps or she would send me off with babysitters, she would say she will try to push it off. She will try to do everything. Look in her eyes. Because for people that know her, if you look in her eyes, you can tell she is secretly begging you to take her out of whatever situation she's in, that it's too much and that she needs to get out. So apparently, according to my mother, my eyes are the dead giveaway. People who are close to me, when I'm not actively trying to cover it, or I'm just too tired to, they can tell. My really close friends, they know. My best friend, instinctively, if like I'm stressed or something's going on, instinctively she becomes way more physically affectionate, way more it's all about me, like she's checking in, and I'm really grateful for my good friends who can tell. But yeah, for me, probably the tell sign is the eyes. It is me becoming quiet. It is me just kind of pulling away as much as possible without physically leaving. So, yeah. This question is amazing. What's your best comeback when someone says, "Oh, I couldn't tell you have autism"? Honestly, I get this so much, and I get it in so many different ways from so many different people. I don't actually, I don't know if I've ever actually said this in earnest, but normally my go-to is, yeah, I pass for white too. I think I may have actually used it in earnest once recently. But yeah, people are constantly telling me that. So I often just say that, and they kind of, if I'm telling my friends or I'm telling someone that's, normally what I want to say back, they laugh. But if I were to say that to someone, oh, the looks I would get, the judgment, like I'm not getting it already. But yeah, that's definitely my go-to comeback for that. Thank you so much for that question. That was too much fun to answer. And that concludes our Q&A for this evening. Thank you so much for your questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was informative. I hope it was enjoyable. I will be putting out more question stickers on my Instagram at GorgeousGimp if you want to follow and keep up with that. And yeah, hopefully you guys will send me more, because this is really, really fun for me. And I think it proves to be very informative. So thank you again, as always, for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, whatever you can to share the information so that there is less stigma around disabilities. Thank you so much for watching.